The importance of training for our farmers is an area seen by the Rural Agricultural Development Authority as critical for the growth of our sector. For this reason, the implementation and constant execution of their Farmer Field School program is an important part of their calendar year. The Farmer Field School program is about people, their development, and their empowerment. It helps rural folks learn and develop the skills required for informed decision-making in complex domains. Senior Director for Training, Technology and Technical Information, Winston Shaw, explains.
Farmer Field School, another name for it is called Discovered Learning. It's a methodology that was developed to engage farmers in a friendly, comfortable atmosphere for them to learn and understand new technologies, but more importantly also to discover what they already know. Because the system that is used is not necessarily to impose new ideas to the farmers. Their practices and customs over the years have allowed them to understand exactly the relationship between the environment and the crops and what they need to do. So it's really to bring more organization to what they know and add to that maybe new technology or new way of doing things. The time frame for Farmer Field School sessions can range between 1 hour to 3 or 4 hours. It's usually not a very long period because of course we know that our farmers are, quite occupied on a daily basis, and what we are bringing to them is something that you want to bring in a customized area. So the design objectives of the Farmer Field School are specifically around the building of the capacity of the farmer. Now, in this particular Farmer Field School, farming as a business, it's looking at building the business capacity of the farmer, allow him to understand all about crop production, how to do crop production estimates, how to do assessment of marketing opportunities, also how to understand the risks of what he is doing in his particular field, an understanding of the roles of the different players that are in the market, and also it helps him to be able to project what sort of income he would be generating in his particular crop production. So in other words, if you want to say, it's kind of the design objective is really to level the playing field for the farmer. The impact of this initiative on the agricultural sector is one that is very positive. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority, RADA, has over 200,000 registered small farmers, right? Now these small farmers is responsible for providing food for the nation. One of the initiatives of the government is to reduce our import bill. Our import bill is over $1 billion. And so the small farmer has a key role to play. Now, when the training or the capacity building is infused on these farmers and their way of thinking has changed, their way of conducting business has become more productive and more efficient, it brings about a significant change in our local agricultural sector, in that we will depend less on imports.
The specialized training for a number for small farmers received from the Rural Agricultural Development Authority has benefited various communities and by extension our country. The government, through the Ministry of Agriculture, has implemented 2 national projects, the National Irish Potato and Onion programs. These programs seek to engage a number of small farmers through their RADA training program.
Summary of what I have learned from the Farmers Preschool is profit and loss, crop diversion, marketing, packaging, and also learn some new words like gross cost, gross income, and record keeping. We as farmers, we never used to think that farming will become a business or is a business. We just farm regular and gather in whatever we get. But from this training that we do, we recognize now that farming indeed is a business, and we learn how to do proper record keeping.
The marketing and execution stage of the Farmer Field School is currently underway, and farmers across the island have been benefiting greatly from this RADA initiative. Joseph Adler, Marketing Officer of the St. Elizabeth branch, and Bertland Bates, Water Utilization Officer, both of the entity, speak to the current stages of the program.
My name is Joseph Adler, and I'm one of the marketing officers stationed in the St. Elizabeth Parish office. The course outline was simple. What we wanted to find out from the farmers was, can farming be operated as a business? That was the first topic. And we left from there and we went to profit and loss, and we looked at a number of things as it relates to what it would cost a farmer to produce a particular crop and what it would entail in the entire cost process. And then we looked at the fact if they would be making money or losing money. We went on to record keeping, and at the end of the program we did marketing, which is usually a topic that is transferred from the beginning to the end of the entire training session. But the aim of the training was basically to enhance the farmer's ability to do cost of production, to do record keeping, and in the long run to make decisions that would enable them to be more profitable in their agricultural endeavors. More than anything else in agriculture, the need for planning and assessment is one of the first things that a farmer should do. You need to know who you're selling to. You need to know what's the best time to plant your crop, and these are things that we assist the farmer in learning at the Farmer Field School. We also looked at assessment. Now, when you assess a particular crop, you need to know what the requirements are for the particular crop that you're planting, whether on the local market, the export market, or even for the processing market. A lot of our farmers in this area plant hot pepper, and most of that goes toward the processing market. So our assessment was based upon the crop and the market and how well the farmers would work with that particular crop in a particular area, especially this area in Newmarket. The main thing I want farmers to take away from this training session is that farming is not a hobby. It is a business, and it has to be treated as a business. All the different stages of any particular business that is profitable has different steps that you have to follow to ensure that your crops or your markets are in place, so that at the end of a particular project, you are profitable.
The Farmer Field School training methodology was introduced by the FAO decades ago. However, since 2010, USAID, which was then MAGIC, now JA REACH, they actually started the training in cocoa. So they train persons from RADA, from the commodity boards, and they also train lead farmers. From 2010 to 2013, JA helped with most of the training. But they realized that in-house, rather had capable persons of actually passing on this innovation or this methodology to the farmers, right? So then we became the first generation master trainer that was trained. Now, what is Farmer Field School? Farmer Field School is a participatory approach to farmer training. We call it a bottom-up approach. In general, within RADA, over the years, we did training and visitation. We are not saying that we are not doing training and visitation anymore, but Farmer Field School complement training and visitation. So this bottom-up approach is that the farmer is the center of attraction. How this is done, we find farmers that, one, have similar problems or similar opportunities. That is how the selection process is done. Similar problems can be climate change, a disease outbreak, because the main aim of this methodology is for the farmers to own the whole system, the whole operation. And they call Farmer Field School the school without walls, where you learn by doing, because adult education is totally different from children education. This school has 5 golden rules, right? The first one is that you use simple language. The second golden rule is speak loudly and clearly. The third golden rule, ask questions, and more questions. The fourth one, full participation. How do we get full participation? We ensure that we put these farmers in small groups, because remember, what we are doing is we are actually doing a practical work, right? And also the most important thing about Farmer Field School is that for a crop, we work with the crop phenology, meaning we work with the life cycle of the crop. We know that the farmers have the information. So it's not about going in and teaching. That's why we are facilitators, right? And two main aspects of farmer field school. One is concrete experience. That concrete experience is very, very important, because when you do something, it stays with you for a lifetime. And a very, very important part is discovery learning, because there are a lot of, in a group or community, you have farmers of different age, different experience with different skill set. But when we put them together in their small group, information is transferred from farmer to farmer. So what we do on the demonstration plot, the farmers are replicating it on their holding. So they realize that what we are doing is improving on their production and ensuring that they make money. And the most important golden rule is that we ensure that they have fun.
My name is Sean Myrie, and I'm a potato farmer. My position in our Spring Village Farmers Group, I'm the president, and therefore it's our expectation and our responsibility to disseminate information to the farmers. And those who have missed the training, they are sorry right now, because when they hear the good stuff coming out from the other farmers, they were really excited, because the mentality of farmers just going to bush now their mindset has been shifted, that to learn is good, because learning from this farmer field school, it has helped us farmers to do better management. We've learned how to manage better as a farmers association, and we've also learned how to appreciate and to respect each other's views, and to appreciate farming as a business.